We always say, for us, it's more than a game, it's a way of life. It's obvious for the street culture people, it's more than a job, it's a way of life. And that's very, very touching. There's a group of us that have been doing various fundraisers for various worthy organizations. What really struck us different about street culture kids is their passion for what they're doing.
Through our relationship with the Dog River Howlers Rugby Club, we were able to form a partnership to bring SaskToberFest to light. And I think it's just been a fabulous opportunity for us to get some like-minded community people all together in a room to go towards a beautiful cause of raising some fundraising dollars to help at-risk youth. Street Culture Project is a non-profit located here in Regina, Saskatchewan. We work with at-risk youth or youth in need of service, helping them with a wide variety of issues from housing through employability skills to life skills. And basically we provide a safe opportunity, a safe place for people to choose change. We create taxpayers. And we work very hard to get people off the streets and off the dependence of social assistance and into the workforce.
I grew up around a lot of gangsters and a lot of street workers, and just like came up around a lot of that as a young kid, and those were my role models. So I didn't come up and have like a lot of good role models like most kids do, and do a lot of things like most kids did. At the age of 7, I just started doing a lot of bad things, started robbing people, started going and stealing and doing all kinds of things with kids that were like much older than me as a young kid. Like every time we'd get money for groceries and stuff, it'd all be going to drugs and that, and it was just hard for me to see my little sisters always hungry and needing something. So I started getting into doing things with like gangs and started robbing stores, and I did my first armed robbery when I was about 13. My family needed what they needed, so I just had to be who I was at that time. And then when I was 17, I lost my mom, and it just went hard for me because my mom was like everything to me, and at that point I thought I lost everything, and I didn't care if I died or not, and I went after a lot of people that were like big drug dealers and all kinds of hard people that could have killed me, and I had lots of hits on my head, and it was hard because I was dealing with all this emotions built up, and I just didn't care. It's like if I had to kill someone, that's just something that I would have done. Later on, a couple months after, I got connected with street culture with the RCY program, and it kind of just took me away from all the craziness I was living at that time, and I was like, oh man, this is cool. Just met some people that just like made me look at life a little bit different than how I was right there, and showed me that there's more to life than what I was living. I was like, I like what this program, I like what they're doing, because they're showing me something that I've never seen before, and it just helped me wanting to be a better person as time progressed. It didn't happen right away. It took time because I was a stubborn guy. I was just wanting to do my own thing and just live my own life. Street culture provided like that family aspect. Like I was already like, I lost my mom, and I was searching for someone out there to support and help me. Like that's why I was with my gangs and all my brothers, because they were there at the time when I needed them most. And street culture, they were there at the time that I needed them the most, but they were there to support me more than actual bros that were there that said that they would be there no matter what, and they were all gone. So it was like street culture helped me look at life a lot differently, because they were actually there no matter what. They didn't have to say, oh, I have your back or anything like that, because you know that when you need to talk to somebody, that someone's gonna actually talk to you and help you with good advice.
It's been a long...
Well, given the chance to work at street culture was awesome, because just like made me feel great about life and be like, oh man, I actually got a chance to work. Because before, like everyone that I was always chilling with, everyone's like, oh man, we'll never get a job. Who's gonna give us a job? We're just gangsters out here. Like, who's gonna try and give us a chance or anything with a criminal record or anything like that? And like street culture helped me with that and just like helped me have my mind set on something and not turn back, because I seen a lot better life than what I was living at the time.
First of all, thank everybody for coming out tonight. A tremendous event. We're very proud of this and for the great work of the Street Culture Organization. When we were putting together this program, we were talking about what else could we do besides just raise some funds. It's really important for these young people to get an opportunity to have an actual job on their resume. So the easiest thing for myself, people like Denis, and for other people here, is to write a check. What we decided to do is to do something a little different and to really help these kids get that opportunity.
Just to follow on with what Tim said, when Kim asked us when we asked Kim what he needed, Kim said he needed dollars to provide employment, and we said, well, where does that employment go? And he said, well, it goes into our youth counselors and our face painting crews. And we said, well, that's fantastic, but are there any other opportunities? And he said, well, unfortunately not. And so Tim and I both said, well, we have unskilled positions in our companies that these children and young adults can step into and grow from unskilled into skilled positions within the company over time. And so after much discussion, we came up with a solution, and we said, well, we will donate the dollars to Street Culture, and in turn, we would provide jobs.
Do we have anyone else that would like to volunteer? Thank you very much. Your name right there. Who else? Do I have anyone else that you're pointing at?
I'm Prosit, der Gemütlichkeit. So we learn now the next step. Try to remember, we did the last time the chicky-chacky, chicky-chacky.
Hi, hi, hi.
Chicky-chacky, chicky-chacky.
Hi, hi, hi.
Chicky-chacky, chicky-chacky.
Hi, hi, hi.
You know what happens is fundraisers after a while become stagnant. Everybody's doing the same thing. There's the silent auctions, there's this and that. And if you want to, especially if you want to try and raise a significant amount of money and attract the right people, often fundraisers are about no different in business, the bottom line. Well, to get the bottom line, you've got to have income, and you've got to have the right people there who are willing to spend money and not to get a bang for their buck. A lot of people say, well, geez, this ticket is sold so much, well, I could buy this and that. But a fundraiser is about giving money, and the people that we've been fortunate enough to have part of these committees and who come and support our endeavors understand that. They realize that they're not there to get a bang for their buck. And so, of course, we had to come up with a new idea. I was born in Bavaria. I've seen Oktoberfest. I've never seen a real Oktoberfest here. So we thought we'd come up with an idea where it's a Saskatchewan-style Oktoberfest, hence SaskToberFest. So you have that Papa music or that Bavarian music with the food, but then you have the cowboy hats and you have whatever else is kind of what we consider Saskatchewan. So that's the brand we kind of created, and there seemed to be that evening, for the most part, all the reports we got, people were very, very happy with the food, they're happy with the music, they just had fun. It's a party. It isn't something you go to and say, when can I get the hell out of here? People stuck around and they partied, and that's good, so they're having a good time.
To sing this song together in English.
Roland's father is my oldest friend. We've been friends since we're 3 years old. So I just thought it'd be something different. You know, we have, of course, kind of, we call Umpava bands here, but they actually do this for a living. We do Oktoberfest right in Bavaria, so they know about, so it really gave it that authentic Bavarian kind of feel. And of course we added all the Saskatchewan groups, so hence the SaskToberFest.
So now we need your help. Everybody turns around facing me. Everybody turns around. Make a long line. We're doing a bob driving.
Yes.
I'm a bob driver as you are.
Im nächsten Winter reißt mal wieder ein und die Grausamen sind alle dabei. Wir sind die Männer mit einem harten Job, wir fahren mit dem Bob. So all together wir singen. Wir singen hey, 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 hey. Wir fahren nicht langsam, sondern schnell. Wir sind die Männer mit einem harten Job, wir fahren mit dem Bob. So together and left and right and in the front. Back and jump! So, wir gehen in die Protese rein und dann gehen wir nochmal hinein. Den Berg hinauf, denn so soll es sein, so ist das schön gemein. So, alle singen! Wir singen hey, 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 hey. Wir fahren nicht langsam, sondern schnell. Wir sind die Männer mit einem harten Job. Wir fahren mit dem Bob. So let's round and the left and right and front and the back and the left and right and the back front jump and jump 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 jump. Zusammen wie den Nonnimog und wir schieben auf den Bob. Und dann muss es ja noch mal sein. Wir schieben noch mal rein. All together singen. Wir singen hey, 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 hey. Wir fahren nicht langsam, sondern schnell. Wir sind die Männer mit einem harten Job. Wir fahren mit dem Bob. So, next round. In the back. And forward. And forward. Left, right, and jump, 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 jump! So sind wir alle mit dabei und die Grausamen sind alle dabei. Ja, muss so sein, dann haben wir ungefähr 5G. So next round, wir singen hey, 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 hey. Wir fahren nicht langsam, sondern schnell. Wir sind die Männer mit einem harten Job. Wir fahren mit dem Bob. So, it's the third round. And the back. In the front. Left, right, right, left, left, right, and jump! Zunächst zusammen wieder bei. Und die Grausamen sind alle dabei. Clap your hands, Silbermänner, mit einem Jump. Wir fahren mit dem Bob. Next Runde! And left, right, right, left, and the front, in the back, in the left, right, and the front, in the back. Jump! And jump, 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 jump! Hey, 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 hey. Wir sind langsam, sondern schnell. Wir sind die Männer mit einem harten Job. Wir fahren mit dem Bob.
God, such a awful song. God.
This is Dennis and his young protege son here up for Birds.
from the Banjo Bowl.
One of the things that we also envision is that there are going to be people that are going to want to donate, but perhaps it's not a particularly suitable place for someone from the street culture organization to come. Now that doesn't mean that you should not donate. You should donate. We have faith in the people from street culture that they're going to be able to find good organizations, and they take the kids there. They'll provide mentorship to get them started, build a relationship with the staff, and it's a developmental program. So on behalf of Young's Equipment, I'm also proud to announce that we will also buy a month's worth of organization and training for staff.
Okay, so this is the first time that we've done this. Dennis was involved in another auction like this, and so he'll correct me if I need some help. But what we're going to do is, we're not going to worry so much about the details. So if you're trying to think your way through how you're going to make that piece work, don't worry. Again, like Tim said, street culture has the experience in helping these young people get meaningful employment. And so we'll work that out with you.
She felt that way. She felt it every day. I couldn't help her. I just watched her.
My mom died when I was 12, and I lived with my dad in a small town by Lloydminster. So I was there and not going to school when I was 14. I moved to Regina by myself. When I was 14, became an alcoholic, got kicked out of my best friend's house, put myself in foster care when I was 14. I thought I knew what I was doing at 14, because at 14 you think you know everything. So I thought I was the cool person bringing alcohol to school with me, but I didn't actually know it was an addiction until somebody pointed out that it was an addiction. So it was tough having to find my own way to school in the wintertime with no clothes. So what ended up happening was I had to use clothes from my boyfriend at the time and walk to school every morning. And I was using a microwave as an alarm clock to get me up every day, sleeping on a love seat in the kitchen. Well, there was a lot of diversity between my struggles. So with the addiction, with not having transportation, having no clothes, no food, nobody to care for, or no positive mentoring or good influences in my life, so I kind of just held my own. Quit drinking when I was 14 and came to street culture when I was 15 through a referral of my teacher. Well, I knew I needed a place to live. I was only 15, so I was still under the Ministry of Social Services. I didn't have that choice. But when I turned 16, I knew that I would end up homeless again instead of being 14, 16, and I would have a lot less resources, so I decided to stay. By then I was a star student and a really good teenager, so they hired me on for face painting and a junior mentor when I was 15, and I just continued doing that, being a good role model within the house. Well, when I started actually becoming a role model to somebody, knowing that people looked up to me, I was working with children and I knew where they came from because I came from that exact same lifestyle, having parents who weren't around all the time and wondering where they were. So I knew at the time, and you wanted somebody to care about you, so I cared about these children like I wish somebody would when I was their age. It did mean a lot to me, and it still does, to be a role model to people who are the less fortunate to not have biological family around or not have positive influences around. I'm the first to graduate high school out of I have 6 sisters. So when I got accepted into university, I didn't bother telling my family, knowing that they wouldn't care. So I told street culture before I told anybody because I knew that they would be proud of me, as a family should and would. So they just became my family through love, and that's what family is.
The important thing I'd like to share with you about Kyle's story and Sam's is that we very often have young people who fall through the cracks and they age out of the systems of support that are available through government and other processes. And it's this type of activity of fundraising that allows us to keep those kids with us when they normally would simply fall away from service. And I can't thank you all enough for what you're doing here tonight, and Carl and his team for putting this together. We're 100 staff strong now. We have 7 houses. Most people don't know that because we stay under the radar. We don't want to commercialize our kids or expose them. In fact, the reason we're not called street culture kids anymore is on stage one day, young Jason in the back, who's now 35, and I met him when he was 15. He turned to me and said, "Why do you keep calling us kids? We grew up."
Okay, again, those that donated a month or 3 months or more, can you please stand and get recognition from your peers here, from your community?
Turning dirt all day on a worn out plow, making the bills by the sweat of our brow, and he sleeps real good when he lays down at night. Now he don't make much, so he lives real lean. His hands are dirty, but the money's clean, and there's something about standing on your own. Well, this ain't no story about chasing dreams, ain't about reaching for the big brass ring. It's about working for what you need. Well, it's a pride thing. At a checkout counter on her feet all day. It's a dead-end job, but you don't complain. The kid at home, you do what you gotta do. When you're shopping for clothes at the second-hand store, it ain't about boogie, it's making sure that they've always got enough to get them through. And this ain't no story about chasing dreams, ain't about reaching for the big brass ring. It's about working for what you need, you know what I mean. Yeah, and it's a pride thing. Yes. What keeps you going when the going's tough, and when you fall down,
what picks you up? Working 14 years down a nickel mine wasn't exactly what he had in mind, but when the shift is done, he leaves it all behind. He's got a beautiful girl and a couple of kids. He's their world and they're his, and ain't a little thing when you got peace of mind. Yeah, this ain't no story about chasing dreams. It ain't about reaching for the big brass ring. It's about working for what you need. You know what I mean. Yeah, this ain't no song about chasing dreams, and it ain't about reaching out for big brass rings. It's about working for what you need. You know what I mean. Yeah, it's a pride thing. Yeah, it's a pride thing. Hey, thank you very much. How about a big round of applause for all the acts that were on today so far?
Anyone else for 1 month of employment? These young people, can we point me on the way? Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Yeah, someone here? You're construction 3 months. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 2 weeks. Come on in there. Anyone else for 2 weeks? Here we go. Thanks very much, Jocelyn. 2 weeks. Okay. And if you're talking, I'm going to assume you're donating. Matt, you're talking? It's like a good watching. Okay, great. Thank you very much. Okay, again, those that donated a month or 3 months or more, can you please stand and get recognition from your peers here? Okay.
We are 100% relationship based. So everything that we do is based on forming strong, meaningful connections with our youth, providing them, whether it's an employment opportunity, whether it's a ride to school, whatever those barriers are, we try and find ways around those barriers so that the youth can choose success.
Time goes slow, so slowly.
and time can do so much. Are you still mine? Time goes by so slowly, and time can do so much. Are you still mine? I need your love. I need your love. Godspeed your love to me. Lonely rivers flow to the sea, to the sea, to the open arms of the sea. Yeah, I'll be coming home. Wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home. Wait for me, yeah. Whoa, my love, my darling, I've hungered for your love a long, lonely I need your love. Godspeed your love. Too big Elvis ending here. Me. Send your love to me. Yeah, send your love to me.
Now, with with the money that's been raised through SaskToberFest, we're going to be able to give those opportunities to some of the youth that we serve to get some real world experience. And with the connections that we made on that particular night, we now have, I believe, 13 businesses that have come on to accept some of our youth, which I think is fantastic.